Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alphanim. So the war on crypto rages on. They want the people out of crypto. Why? Obviously, once everyone leaves, they can come in. This is what they always do with technologies. They come in, they buy everything up quietly, and then the prices skyrocket, and they are the only ones who benefit. Not this time. This time is going to be different. You have rebels on the front line. You have Spartans, warriors on the front line, and I don't know about everyone else. I'm not going anywhere. That's not going to happen. So I see the plan, but be careful, all right? The FUD is heavy. Let's begin right here on Ripple.com, right? So this article is on Ripple.com and is titled, well, we're going to read this portion here. It's titled, Ripple's Creator Fund Enables Physical, Digital NFT Projects on the XRP Ledger. This is major. This is massive. Let's begin with this section here. If you scroll down, it's titled, Introducing Wave 3 Winners of Ripple's Creator Fund. Says, since XLS20 mainnet hit mainnet, the XRP ledger saw hundreds of projects benefit from the XRP ledger's low cost, carbon neutral, instant settlement, and built-in royalty structures. This is also good because a lot of NFT projects have that problem of collecting the royalties, but we'll get to that a little bit later because Hedera solves that problem. And they put out a tweet about it today. It says, and built-in royalty structures, maximizing the value for NFT creators and their communities to consume content. Ripple has continued to invest in functional NFT projects through its Creator Fund, a $250 million commitment to foster innovation in tokenization. The Creator Fund provides financial, creative, and technical support to help NFT creators bring their projects to life on the XRPL, stretch the bounds of what's possible, and explore new use cases for NFTs. Through the Creator Fund, Ripple hopes to continue to accelerate the future of tokenization led by 7 independent creators, including, here we go. So we're going to get into some projects that they're backing. Let's see if any of these projects are interesting. This one here is called Hot Import Nights. Hey, you know what? Wait a minute. What kind of projects? What kind of project is this? I'm afraid to read. Is this safe for work? Hold on, Ripple. What are you on? Hot Import Nights. All right. Is looking to leverage NFTs as tickets. Why would you? All right. Let me not concentrate on the name, the nomenclature. NFTs as tickets to access IRL events and real life events, and exclusive merchandise only available to NFT holders. You know, just let me pause for a minute. I wish they would just use regular language. I understand you want to keep up with the times and use a lot of acronyms, but I'll tell you what, until a couple months ago, I didn't even know what IRL meant. It's a gamer term. It means in real life. I had to look it up because so many people were using it. IRL. I'm like, what is IRL? So not all of us are up to date on that type of language. Let me continue on. Let me not harp on that. NFT holders. I'm just saying, key us in. Key a few of us in. You know, bring us in. We want to understand what you're talking about. NFT holders will also be able to access a VIP area / lounge at all events using the NFT as a badge for entry. That's interesting. Michael Munar, president and CEO, comments, quote, over the past 2 decades, the Hot Import Nights brand has always been about the future and innovation. So this has been around for a while. So they're converting over to the new technology. Smart move. You're going to save a lot of money and possibly make a lot of money. So this is really good. What's more fitting than integrating blockchain technology for automotive enthusiasts to gain access to large scale events? This is going to make things much easier to get into events, make it much more official as well. You do a little scan, you scan a little QR code or something like that, show the little NFT, you get in. Right? It verifies everything very easily. You know, exclusive merchandise drops. And that's another thing. So at events also, a lot of times you go to these events and they give you like a special bag. Like they have all these bags. They give you silly little stuff in there. But only people who pay a certain price to get into that event for like a VIP area, something like that. Usually they're the ones who are getting the special gifts, and the bags are packed with very expensive things. So now it'll be more easy to verify that this person's supposed to receive this or that. So I'm just putting that out there. So this would definitely make that a little bit easier and simpler. Says exclusive merchandise drops secret card meets, and obtain unique collectible art. You're gonna have to actually honor all of that also if you're issuing all of these NFTs. And I'm sure there's gonna have to be an expiration, like as soon as the event is over, then there's new NFTs for the next thing, something along the lines of that. But this is looking really good. That's a lot of use going on. You're bringing a lot of volume. I won't say a lot. You're bringing some volume, you're bringing some value. This is very good. It says, with XRP ledgers, reliable and sustainable technology, we can now accomplish this to power real life experiences for HIN's global community. So far that sounds pretty good. So now this next offering is called Adrian Balastagui. All right, let's see what you're about. Adrian Balastagui is an artist that wants to blend the physical world and digital world together through his canvas paintings. Uh-oh, I told you. Here we go. Fine art industries coming in. Let me listen. I've been in the fine art industry for a long time. All right. They operate like a fraternal order. When they come in together. And unfortunately, they're not kind to artists who don't have like their degree. I've seen a lot of harsh treatment of artists who are not like, they don't have a degree behind their name. They don't have a great body of work. They are harsh. So this is what I've seen over time. Maybe other people have a different experience. I'm sure they do. But when fine art comes in full into the NFT sphere, it's going to be like war. Competition is going to be fierce. You better be ready. If you're a regular NFT creator, look, I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there now. Be ready just in case they bring that same attitude to the NFT sphere that they had in the regular fine art legacy system, offerings. Well, let's continue on here. Offering his audience the ability to hold his one of one NFTs, okay, as a digital asset in their wallets, while printing and signing a one of one physical canvas print. Holders can also display the physical art. All right, so that's interesting, but it definitely sending a flare off to me. Emporio Records. So Ripple is making sure they're diversifying who they're backing. Emporio Records is an independent record label looking to use NFTs as a way to engage with artists, fans, and community by offering exclusive access to never before heard music. This is where the money really is. Exclusive music. And then you charge a good price for that, especially, but you better make sure it's good quality. That's for sure. That's for sure. NFT holders can also use the NFTs as a badge to meet their favorite artists in real life at concerts. One NFT gets you first access to purchase tickets, exclusive merchandise from the show, and the ability to meet the artist in person. So this is a very interesting way to use it as well. Emporio Records. Let's keep an eye on them. And then we have this here, Mike Sotorakos. Okay, I'm trying to pronounce the names correctly today. Mike Sotorakos, my apologies if I mispronounce your name, is a creative mind that wants to help artists enter the digital world of NFTs while still offering the element of real life, quote, real life art pieces. Working with more fine art. And well, first of all, let me just clarify. Also, let me put this out there that the fine art industry is sitting on a ton of money. That's a lot of money. People like to store their money in fine art. All right. And don't get me wrong. There's a lot of brilliant artists out there. Definitely deserve a lot of that money. That's a lot of good value to be brought over to the XRPL. So I'm all about it. But like I said before, regular NFT artists, just prepare yourself. Make sure you have the absolute best product. Make sure you're ready to compete if these people are going to be coming in, So if they have more fine art offerings here that they're trying to bring in, obviously this is a focal point for Ripple in the XRPL. Working with artists like Lorenzo Quinn, Mike is helping accelerate the transitions from physical to digital art while simultaneously offering the art piece to collectors. You see where this is going? Didn't I warn everybody like 8 months ago, this is where NFTs were headed? Why wouldn't anybody want to take all those tons of money, those tons of value, and bring them to the XRPL or Hedera or Algorand? Why wouldn't they? Of course they are. This was always going to occur. That's a lot of value being brought over and possibly stored also. That's another thing. Like I said, people like to hold value in art. We'll see how this works out, but this is getting interesting already. Let's go to another one. So is this like, are all the rest of them fine artists? Like legacy system fine artists? Here's another one, Natasha Einat. Natasha is an artist that wants to extend her NFT offerings into physical prints. Okay, I see. Okay. Whew. So finally, we got a digital artist. Okay. All right. There's a little bit of a balance here. All right. Her fans and collectors are mostly NFT savvy and now want the best of both worlds, a digital NFT and physical print. All right. That sounds good as well. Robert Chu. Robert wants to bring his digital comic books to life. His fans are avid comic book readers and collectors and now want a physical copy of his digital comic series for their own personal comics. That's interesting. I'd like to look into this. Like, there's got to be a very, very good reason that XRPL chose to back this individual. I'd like to know, what kind of comic books are you putting out? What kind of value is in that? They clearly see something in you, and I'm interested. I'll look a little deeper into this, right? Next and final offering, Trom Amnesia. Trom Amnesia is an NFT crypto savvy artist looking to bring more of his digital work to real life. Okay, so there's clearly a balance here. So I like what they're doing here. They're keeping it balanced. But, and I think that they're doing that so they're fair to the NFT, the style of NFT artists that have been pushing NFTs forward and made NFTs everything that they are. So they're being fair to them while they're also saying, hey, get in the door now to a lot of the legacy fine artists, you know. So this is very interesting. We'll keep an eye on this. Let's move on to another article here. So this article is from coinedition.com and is titled SEC versus one of the absolute best protocol on the planet, absolute best crypto on the planet, going to skyrocket, going to go kaboom, XRP. Okay, so I put a little extra on there, but can you say that I'm telling a lie? I'm not. I'm telling the truth, aren't I? I should have put some negative things on the SEC, but you know what? I don't even need to put any negativity out there. Let's not generate that energy. Leighton files a motion for access to Hinman's speech documents. Is that so? They want to expose this badly, and I'm all for it. As the battle between the SEC and XRP continues, the senior vice president of Strand Consult, Rosalind Leighton, filed a motion to intervene in the case. Leighton petitioned the court asking for access to certain documents relating to a speech the former SEC director of corporation finance, William Hinman, gave in 2018. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission sealed some of Hinman's speech documents in December 2022. The reason for this, as stated by the SEC, is that it offered in support of its summary judgment motion. Reportedly, William Hinman, the former SEC Corporation Finance Division Director, in this 2018 speech proclaimed that ETH, the native token of the Ethereum blockchain, is not a security. Leighton further added that this case will determine the future of cryptos in this country, serving as a legal referendum on the SEC's entire system of regulation by enforcement, which is going to continue. I don't know if I have the article in here, but I read an article earlier where it says Binance is just going to pay the fines. So everyone is just, not many are fighting back. They're just paying the fines and allowing regulation by enforcement to continue on. If the dog bit your leg once, what makes you think they're not going to bite you in the future? And I'm talking about the SEC, okay, just to be clear. So you're going along, but I can guarantee you they're going to cause you a problem later. You should stand and fight, but so many Kraken just paid the fines. Binance is saying now they're going to just pay the fines and get it over with. I mean, maybe they'll change their minds, but this is what they're saying in that article, at least. Regulation enforcement continues on. Furthermore, Leighton highlighted that the Hinman speech documents concern communications among agency officials hardly diminishes the, quote, presumption in favor of disclosure. All right, so listen. There's something in those Hinman documents. We all know it. Certain lawyers have hinted that there's something explosive in there, and that if they could get access to that, I mean, it would pretty much win all of these cases as far as showing that the SEC has certain biases and maybe there's some corruption behind the scenes, allegedly, right? So now let's move on to this next document here. I wanted to highlight this part. This is from the Bank of International Settlements, okay? I want to read this little tidbit here because it's interesting. It shows that the type of wool they're trying to pull over the eyes of the uneducated, right? It says here, there are various technologies related to crypto assets. One is the use of smart contracts and peer-to-peer trading. Smart contracts can also be used in conjunction with a centralized data management protocol to automate the execution of certain transactions in non-crypto assets. For example, over time, they could be used to speed up the clearance and settlement of securities transactions. Another emerging technology is tokenization. In any trade of assets, there are issues regarding how much personal information you need to provide to conduct the trade. For example, some personal information is needed to protect against the possibility of anonymous trading, which can promote money laundering. I love how everybody is punished because a few people do something bad. A few people do something bad. They say, no, none of you can do this anymore. It's widespread. If you pay close attention, you'll see this. One person does something bad in that area, everybody gets punished for it. Now you can't do this certain thing anymore because, heck, this one person misused it. You might as well. Like, if that's the case, nobody's going to have anything in the future. You might as well just take everything from everybody. But let's continue on here. So, which can promote money laundering. Tokenization, when combined with data vaults to securely store personal information, can be used to trade objects in a way that protects one's identity from being exploited for profit. While these technology developments are still in their infancy, hold on, let me pause there. I constantly tell people we're still in the beginning. They think because it's been many years, crypto has been around, Bitcoin has been around, that no, it's not in its infancy anymore. We're well along in the process. No, we're not. No, we're not, especially not with the new financial system. These things take time, lots of time. And here you have one of these Bank of International Settlements speakers telling you everything is still in its infancy. There you have it. So it's not just me saying it anymore. So let's continue on here. While these technological developments are still in their infancy, they have potential applications beyond the crypto ecosystem that could lead to substantial productivity enhancements in other industries. This is part of what I wanted to get to. They're looking at ways, and let's hope this is why we have to continue to innovate, back projects to continue to stay ahead of the legacy system, that continue to make the legacy system need us, because they're looking at ways to steal what we're doing and rip off what we're doing to benefit themselves. They haven't been able to do it yet, but that doesn't mean they're not looking for a way to imitate us, to rip us off. So this is why I love the bank coins. Ripple stays advanced. Hedera stays advanced and ever advancing. Algorand, all the bank coins, stellar. Continue to make those types of moves. Continue to stay ahead of this competition. They are not our friends. They're competition. Read this document here. Go to the latest documents on BIS. You're going to see all these documents that they just released. Also, they just did an information dump on their YouTube channel. I don't want to post all of those things to the communities tab or members only section, because then you would just get flooded with notifications. They did an information dump. A lot of those videos are potent. Give them a watch if you want to. It's on the BIS's YouTube channel. All right. Now, let's continue on here. It says this leaves us with the crypto assets themselves. Pay close attention. Be careful. The question is, why would someone hold such an asset? What is the value? What is the value proposition of such an asset? The answer isn't new or unique, but rather is based on economic relationships that result in objects having value. One reason objects have value is because of their intrinsic properties. For example, the value of corn derives in part from the fact that it can be used for food or fuel, or in some cases, for Thanksgiving centerpieces. Intuition suggests that if an object has no intrinsic value, you're saying crypto doesn't have any intrinsic value when it can be used to buy that corn. It can be used to buy that corn in America, in Japan, in Brazil. Also, it keeps bad actors off the blockchains that you want to copy and you want to rip off and you want to utilize and make money off of, just like everybody else. So it keeps that friction there and makes sure that everybody has some skin in the game, so to speak. So if you're trying to run a node or you're trying to do certain things, you need to have these cryptocurrencies, right? Because then if you misbehave, then you lose your money. You get what I'm saying? So when someone pays to be involved in something, they tend to behave themselves a little bit better than they would if it was just absolutely free. So crypto also serves that purpose, not to mention because it can go everywhere. It has no boundaries. Decentralized finance, decentralization, take the finance off. Decentralization means that those smart contracts can run anywhere, most places you can't reach as the legacy system. You and I both know that. You see, they're trying to play a game. Anybody who reads this document, they know we're reading now. So they're going to put little things out there to try to throw us off and scare us off. Anybody who's unaware and reads this may become afraid, not reading the other documents that completely contradict what this individual is saying here, right? But let's continue on here. It says, intuition suggests that if an object has no intrinsic value, then the price of that object should be zero. Why pay for something that has no fundamental value? Shockingly, it turns out that objects may be valued well above their intrinsic properties would suggest. It says, economists have known that an intrinsically useless object can trade at a positive price. If I believe, okay, he goes into that. There are many intrinsically useless objects that still have value. Consider things like baseball cards. Wow. That's what you're trying to compare crypto to. This brings us to crypto assets. This is what I'm telling you. Be careful of these mentalities. Don't let them shake you or break you. Understand that their system is built on a house of cards, that their money is not backed by anything at all. Don't let people tell you anything different. Come on. Now, what is it backed by? What, their military? It's not backed by gold. It's a promissory note, right? Anyway, let's continue on here. It's debt. That's it. Debt system. How's that positive? Let's continue on. It says, this brings us to crypto assets. To me, a crypto asset is nothing more than a speculative asset, like a baseball card. If that's the case, then why did you just talk about smart contracts and using those when they're bound to crypto assets? In order to use that, you got to put some skin in the game, right? You got to have some crypto. So it means that you may not misuse the system, the distributed ledger technology that the smart contract is on. That's value. Also, it carries your value from this place to that place with no intermediaries, saving you money. Money you can use to buy bread, food, eggs, those expensive eggs that your government and legacy system that skyrocket. It could be used to buy some of those eggs, food for your family, cars, houses. You mean to tell me that's not important? The corn is important, but if you can't afford to buy the corn in America as well as in Japan, as well as in Guatemala, what's the point? And in this world, we're free, correct? So we can move anywhere. A lot of people do move around. Cryptocurrency is for the people of the future in the modern age where people are moving around a lot. And your system doesn't accommodate them. Your system actually takes advantage of them, and you allow your intermediaries to charge people that are coming from, let's say, South America, Central America to America. They want to send money back and forth, coming from the Philippines, and they want to send money back and forth. It's your intermediaries that are taking all of their money because they have to put money on top just to send the money. Then it takes days at a time. Then their money gets lost sometimes, right? That's facts. So crypto circumvents all of that. It solves all of those problems. That's a lot of value to me. That's a lot of purpose. That's a lot of substance, in my humble opinion. You don't like it because you're paid not to. You don't make money. You make money from the legacy system paying you. This is why you're here making this speech. You didn't get paid in crypto. You got paid in fiat. You didn't get brought out by a crypto company. You probably wouldn't come out for that. You came out for the Bank of International Settlements. Correct? So everyone, be careful of this. I just wanted to dispel all of this nonsense and just show you the hypocrisy. So they're turning the people away from crypto once again, so they can get in and use crypto, only to come out later with their own crypto offering that they'll say is the best, all the while they were saying that our crypto offerings are the worst. Interesting. Let's move on here, everyone. We have a little bit of Algorand news. Algorand continues to do massive things, right? This is from the Algorand Foundation. It says, don't miss the final race of the 2022-2023 DRL Algorand World Championship on 2/25. I love that. Look how they phrase that. DRL at Algorand World Championship. I love the sound of that. I do. At Lone Depot Park in Miami, the first 100 people to sign up will receive a free ticket. Look, that doesn't matter to me. But what matters is this is great advertisement. Once again, Algorand is doing things for the people. 100 people get a free ticket. This is very good. I like to see things like this. And this is only going to expand. Remember, there's certain big partnerships as far as the advertising aspect that Algorand will access later, right? And this is going to bring a lot of new businesses in, not just individual retail people, but like small businesses and medium businesses. They see those advertisements as well. They say, wait a minute, this racing company is using Algorand. Wait a minute, this medical offering is using Algorand. Who is this Algorand? And that's when they come in. They may sit down for an informational session, and that can lead to more business. This is great. That's how I look at that. So now let's move on to another Algorand offering here. This is from Oculus. They continue to bring in the huge streaming artist announcement. We're excited to announce our first ever Latin American artist at Hedera Music with over 500 million streams. Yes, bring that volume and bring that value right over to Algorand. Good job, Oculus. Good job. All right. It says, get ready for an unmissable MFT drop. Interesting. Featuring a Grammy nominated, I didn't know that, wow, hitmaker who will introduce Oculus to a huge new market. Well, Oculus, I get it, you're a company, but let's be real here. They're about to introduce Algorand to a completely new market. They're going to say, well, who's Algorand running on? That's how big money thinks. All right. That's how medium businesses think. Well, who's running that system over there? Oh, Algorand? Okay, let me look into that. It's the same way when people want to sign a music artist. Let's say they want to sign a rapper. They don't think, oh man, I better sign that rapper. They rap so good. Like they're a dime a dozen. Musicians are dime a dozen. Artists even are dime a dozen. No, they say, who made that instrumental? You know why? Because they understand that person, that instrumental is what made everything move. It's the structure, it's the base, it's the substantial. It's a substantial element. And they go hire the instrumental maker, right? The beat maker. That's where the money is. Algorand is the beat maker. Algorand is the instrumental maker. That's who they're going to go look for. Let's be real about it. This is great. And yes, Oculus, you're going to get a lot of traction because of this. But Algorand is going to be the overall winner. That's what I'm here for. And this is great. Keep doing a good job. You're doing a good job. All right. I'm just putting out my humble opinion. So now let's move on here. More Algorand news. Algorand is doing a great job. This is from the Algorand Foundation, and it says, we are very excited to see at C3 protocol bring much needed solution to the blockchain space. Leveraging Algorand's tech, Algorand expands even more. Every single day, they're expanding even more with solid projects. Solid projects. Leveraging Algorand's tech that meets the tooling and performance requirements to power the settlement layer of such an innovative solution. Then there's a little quote here. The innovative architecture of C3 results in a highly performant, accessible, and trustless trading platform. There you have it. Algorand grows even stronger and even bigger. They're dominating the entirety of the world at this point. That's only going to continue. And they seem to get more fired up as they have more success. And that's what I like in a blockchain. Let's continue on here. How's everybody doing out there? You doing okay today? You doing well? I hope you are. All right. So now we have a little tweet from Hedera, Hbar Foundation. And it says this. It says, we're excited to announce that Kabila app has launched its suite of robust and easy to use NFT tools, empowering creators with the broad utility of the Hedera token service. So more NFTs being pushed. They're becoming even better. They're bringing in more apps. Hedera continues to absolutely dominate. This is going to be big now that Hedera is getting deep in the not only United Arab Emirates, the MENA region overall. They're also deep in Africa. NFTs and like non-fungible tokens as well as fungible tokens is going to be major. Tokenization of everything, everyone. And the tokenization of everything, Hedera is going to be a massive winner. They have a strong backing, the governing council that everyone hated before. Remember that? That's going to be one of the biggest driving forces. Google is there. Boeing is there. FIS is there. Dell is now there. I mean, it goes on and on. They're going to push Hedera forward. It has the absolute best technology. hash graph is far superior to blockchain. And I love that also because it's very difficult for them to compete with hash graph. The scalability is second to none. So yes, I do believe a lot is going to be flowing across Hedera. Hbar is going to continue to do well. I do see them tokenizing gold at some point. I mean, in mass, right? Digital assets backed by gold for certain currencies and such like that on Hbar. Anyway, we'll talk more about that another time. Let's move on here. I think I have another piece of Hedera news, right? So this is from dapradar.com, dapradar.com, all right? And this article is titled, Hedera protects NFT creator royalties at the protocol level. This is great because there's been a lot of problems with this, but not on Hedera. Not on Hedera, all right? So that's what they're going to clarify here. Hedera's NFT implementation removes the intermediaries and enables true decentralization. Hedera implements NFT royalties enforced at the protocol level, and that way puts the monetization of NFTs in control of the creators. The reason behind this design is that the current NFT royalty collection model is insufficient. Outside of NFT marketplaces, creators are unable to realize downstream sales profit of their works. So it says, it is unbelievable that almost all types of artists can profit from the resale of their work, except visual artists. Musicians, screenwriters, and authors can all benefit directly as original creators if their IP receives a secondary transaction. However, most visual artists do not enjoy such easy access to royalty income from the reconsumption of their works. It is unhealthy that artists' income ends after a single transaction of their creations. That's very true, especially when the works buyer could sometimes benefit from the sale of these works. The emergence of NFTs opens a new door to the above issue as it allows artists to participate financially and sustainably in their success. So Hedera solves that problem. Listen, I believe the two most prominent, right? And I'm going to keep XRPL in the game, but they have a lot of catching up to do, in my humble opinion. The two absolute best NFT ecosystems are Hedera and Algorand. In my humble opinion, I think they're going to dominate in the future. This is one of the reasons why Hedera is going to dominate and why so many people love issuing their NFTs on Hedera. Let's move on to another article here, right? So this article here is from U.Today and it's titled, Crypto Users, Private Keys Now Protected by Law. But there's a catch. Remember, never give anybody your private keys, never send anybody crypto. Be careful. Not never send anybody crypto, but like these strange people, you know, claiming they can help you and stuff like that. Be careful, okay? Protect yourself at all costs. I can't tell you what to do, but I would protect myself at all costs. It says here, okay, I'm not going to read that part. That sounds a little bit strange. So a journalist and blogger, I'm going to rephrase that. A journalist and blogger, Colin Wu, has reported that a bill has been passed in the U.S. state of Wyoming about crypto private keys that protect their owners from disclosing them on demand from authorities or in court. It says, according to the document, no user will be driven to unveil their private keys related to digital assets held by them or allow a court to gain access to their digital identity. They cannot be forced to produce their private key even under, quote, any civil, criminal, administrative, legal, or other proceedings. Interesting. However, the document states that no individual is required to allow access to their private key, quote, unless a public key is unavailable, quote, or unless this private key cannot provide the information required. Oh, this is sort of complicated. We're going to need a lawyer to go over this, but they probably will. You know, the crypto lawyers are on top of everything. They really are. The document also says that despite the first section, the law will not protect a user from any legal procedures that require producing, selling, transferring, or disclosing a digital asset they own. So now let's move on to another article here. Now, I had a request, and I'm honoring this request. All right. They had one of the commenters from yesterday's XRP video requested a little bit of Brave Batcoin news. If you remember, we had a few utility coins I talked about in the beginning. They went parabolic, right? And they did very well. Brave coin, or Batcoin, BAT was one of them. Let's cover Batcoin once again for old time's sake. They've been doing a great job anyway. So this is from decrypt.io. Brave adds support for Solana on iOS and Android. The privacy-centric browser company aims to provide a one-stop shop for Web3 services. Let me tell you something, Brave has been doing a great job. I use Brave every single day. Not Batcoin. Yeah, I hold some Batcoin, but you already know that from long ago. However, no, I use the Brave browser every single day, and it's great. Oh, they block so many of those trackers. Don't get me wrong, I use a VPN also. Oh, I use all types of things, right? To protect myself, all types of things. But Brave browser is I love it. I also like that they have like that new video thing. If ever you wanted to, use a video offering that's like Zoom or Google Hangouts, whatever that's called, Google Duo, but you want it more privacy, Brave now has something like that also. Like, and they give you updates. As soon as you open a Brave browser, they give you all these nice little updates. I love it. I really do. I hope they go far. They've come far. When we were talking about Brave, they were just starting out, and the Batcoin was at a super, super low price, right? Now, man, they're growing up fast, aren't they? The Brave mobile browser has added support for Solana dApps. Its developers announced on Tuesday after adding support for the popular proof-of-stake blockchain to its desktop browsers last year. Brave announced the mobile integration on Twitter, saying users can now connect with Solana NFT marketplaces Magic Eden and cryptocurrency exchanges Orca and Jupiter Exchange. All right. Advances in UX and mobile are among the most important ways to onboard new users, Amelia Daly says, head of partnerships at Solana Foundation, said in a press release. Quote, user experience can be very fragmented in crypto, Daly continued. The Brave dApp integration is important because it allows for seamless browser-based connections to your favorite Solana programs. So there you have it, everyone. Brave browser grows a little bit more, becomes a little bit better. And once again, I love using Brave browser. They're doing a great job, and I hope they continue. All right. So now let's move on to an article here. We're going to close out, actually. Let's close out with a little bit of gold news, right? I'm trying to keep the video below 40 minutes for everyone, but I'm having fun. I had 3 more articles, but if I do those 3 articles, it will push this video up just a little bit. I hope the people appreciate this, right? I'm trying hard here, okay? UK.investing.com, that's where this article comes from, and it's titled, "This expert sees gold breaking $2,000 by $2,000 level by end of 2023. Here's why." All right, let's scroll down. It says on CNBC, Wayne Gorton of UBS Global Wealth Management said gold is expected to break $2,000 level by the end of 2023. The US dollar is showing signs of weakness now, and gold will continue to be a very good hedge against the weakness in the greenback. Don't forget to, it says, sorry about that. Gorton stated that the U.S. Federal Reserve is going to pause after its next interest rate increase. Then the U.S. Central Bank will stop and have to look at the impact of the hikes on U.S. consumers. Inflation numbers for the U.S. came broadly in line with expectations and will continue to come off through this year, he added. So there you have it. UBS is saying gold to $2,000 or break $2,000 level by the end of 2023. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So far, everything's looking good, everybody. It's looking good. We're doing well. We're in the fight. Every day we're making progress. These DLTs are growing. The bank coins are growing. They're dominating. So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.